Hey everyone, welcome back. So the Sephora Beauty Insider sale starts today, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to do a recommendations video. I wasn't really sure because I don't want to feel like a broken record repeating some of the same things over and over again that I love. However, I also think that that really solidifies the fact that I like these things. I use these things, and today I really wanted to grab and reach for things over the last basic year that I just really like. I really like these things. If you watch any of my Get Ready With Me, you won't be surprised by really any of this. And then for some of the color products, I wanted to focus on some of my all-time favorite things, favorite colors, favorite formulations, and that kind of thing. I'm going to leave all of the information about the sale in the description box just for the sake of, that's the boring stuff. I want to talk about the good stuff. This sale does start today, however, for VIB Rouges. Today is Friday, November 1st. Side note, Jack Ryan, Season 2 comes out today, so if you don't watch that show on Amazon, you need to jump on board. It is a fantastic show. Also, welcome if you are new. Please subscribe. Give my video some love to really kind of help grow my channel here. I appreciate it. I truly appreciate those who actually do that every time. Giving my video a like, commenting, subscribing, giving it some entertainment just is a way to inform YouTube that, hey, we like this video. Let's continue to share it and get it out there for other people to see it so we can have more people join our family here. And so, okay, there's also going to be timestamps below of the different categories. I'm going to try to go in category order here. So if there's a certain area that you're just specifically interested in or you want to skip over, check the description box below for all of that information. I'm going to start with skincare because I believe with wholeheartedly that if you want good makeup, it really needs to start with skincare. And I can sit here and tell you that because I didn't used to think that way, and now I totally do. So I'm going to start with all of the products I'm currently using. So this is like an updated skincare routine video here as well. Game-changing products for me that have really seen a difference in my skin tone, texture, clarity. My pores are a lot smaller. I have two products that I've been using, both by Drunk Elephant. You're going to see a lot of Drunk Elephant here, and I'm going to tell you why. It works. I have very sensitive skin. I've struggled for years with trying to figure out a skincare routine that is both effective and not harmful. There's a lot of ingredients in skincare that I just quite frankly can't use. They're not necessarily great ingredients. I've learned a lot about skincare, and I think you too, probably as an avid YouTube watcher, have learned about skincare too and realized that there's certain things that are effective and that need to be there, and others that are just complete waste, like not good ingredients. So I can sit here and say that these products really, and you can see, like my skin is so much clearer than it used to be. Anyways, the Drunk Elephant TLC, this is their glycolic night serum. This is actually not just glycolic, it's mixed with lactic, I believe. This has both an AHA and a BHA, which those are acids. Acids retexturize, completely slough off all of the dead skin and give you that clear, really just almost like baby skin. You know how babies are, and just your children, like their skin is so soft and smooth and just lovely. That's what an acid is going to do. Another product that I enjoy is the retinol cream by Drunk Elephant. Now retinol is very drying, and I actually started using this again. I kind of would go off and on it just because my skin starts to get too dry, so I kind of back off of it for a bit. But I've reintroduced this back into my routine. This is a 1% retinol. I believe this is mixed with some hydrated ingredients because of the fact that retinol is drying. But I do like it, and I do see a difference in my skin by, oh my gosh, definitely can't be without these two things. I love this moisturizer. It is my absolute favorite moisturizer I've ever tried. This is the jumbo size. You know, I don't think it's actually even any better of a deal to buy the jumbo size. It's just more convenient because you don't run out of it as quickly. But this is the moisturizing balm. They have an aqua balm, which is more for like oily combo skin. However, I really do think beefing up that moisturizer at night is going to be just fantastic for your skin all around. It's going to be feel and look very plump and ready for makeup. So this I find to be the most hydrating. We're on the hydrating chain, so I'm just going to throw in the Drunk Elephant Luxury Facial Oil. This is 100% marula oil. Now why I like this one is because I can use this during the daytime. Nighttime, or not just nighttime, that's not the word I'm looking for. Facial oils, some are more greasy and heavier than others, and I find that because this one's a lighter weight situation, I can add this into a moisturizer, I can add it to a foundation, I can wear it during the daytime and not look and feel absolutely greasy. It also sinks in rather quickly. Because it is 40 degrees out this morning, actually my car said 33 and I'm so excited about it. So I need more moisturizer now during the daytime. And so I've started adding in the B Hydra intensive hydration serum from Drunk Elephant into my daytime routine as just another way to boost up the hydration in my skin, especially if I'm going to put makeup and powder and foundation and all that stuff, because I kind of feel like when you wear makeup, my face, sometimes it gets more oily, but other times if you have dry skin, it just enhances all that dryness and actually makes it look worse. So this is a very lightweight serum consistency. It's not going to blow your socks off with hydration like this cream is going to do, but it is going to give you that needed boost, especially if you're going to put makeup on. And it's lightweight, so if you have more oily skin, I think this is nice. You could probably get away with this as your moisturizer, but if you have normal skin like me, I would say no, you're going to need more than that. But it is a lovely product. The Drunk Elephant Sephora Day Serum. I like this. This is 15% L-ascorbic acid. Now there is different strains of vitamin C. I find this works for me. It doesn't irritate my skin. All of these products don't have fragrance. I think there's like the 7 deadly whatevers that are like really common skin irritants. Those 7 things are not in the Drunk Elephant line, and for whatever reason, it works for my skin. I've tried a lot of things, guys, and if you've been with me for a while, you know that. If you can look at old skincare routine videos that I've done, I've just really found that this doesn't disrupt the skin surface, and I'm just really pleased with how my skin is looking these days. So hats off to that. Okay, a couple eye creams that I'm loving. The Belief. I recommend this moisturizing eye balm, especially as we're heading into the cooler temps. It's hydrating. It actually gets those under eyes moisturized. It feels great. I can wear this with concealer and I have no issues. The other one that I like is the Drunk Elephant Sea Tangle Multivitamin Eye Cream. I like this because it's like a cream consistency but not too heavy. Neither of them are too heavy. I like them both equally. I would recommend either. I think if you're just going based on price, I think they're pretty comparable in price too, as far as that is concerned. So maybe just give one a try that you haven't tried yet or something. I've been using this moisturizer for the daytime. This is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. So as previously stated, I cannot use chemical sunscreen on my face. It immediately breaks out and horribly. And so I am constantly trying to find the best scenario that marries a good moisturizer with an effective SPF that isn't chemical. I've been liking this. Now, I don't remember this. I've had this in the past, okay? And I like the previous formulation better than this, but this is still good. The reason I don't like this as much anymore is because I feel like it's not as hydrating as it once was, which is fine because I've been beefing it up with this serum. However, I'm just saying that to let you know my thoughts, but I do really like this. I've been wearing it on the daily. In fact, I really probably need to buy another one of these. If you have any favorite daily moisturizers with SPF that are not chemical, so that's the trick there. And you guys have recommended them to me before, but unfortunately I looked them up and they have chemical sunscreen. I just can't. I mean, unless I want to walk around with a constant rash, it just makes no sense. Ooh, this one I'm excited about because it's a new scent, but I love the Pharmacy Melt Away Cleanser for taking off my makeup. I've tried a lot, and I think this one's my favorite just because I find that it really breaks down the makeup the most quick, almost said the most quickly, the quickest. It's not greasy, like it's not too thick, and it smells amazing. So this is the cherry scent. It looks like this. You just use this, stick your hand in there, and this is how I prefer to wash my face, is to use a makeup cleansing balm to get the makeup off, and then go in on a second cleanse to actually wash my face, like cleanse the skin. I just used this morning, and it just re-solidified that yes, this is fantastic. I should have included this in the beginning, but if you are looking for a deep penetrating, really good at-home facial, the TLC Sukari Baby Facial by Drunk Elephant. This is 25% AHA and 2% BHA. This will completely change the surface of your skin. Smooths it out. Like I put this on, let it sit for 20 minutes, washed it off, and then I went in with my moisturizer and I'm like, wow, it really works. My face was so smooth. And I already use, you know, the acids and the retinols to continually slough off dead skin. But this is like your weekly, once a week you know, maybe do this on a Sunday night, right? You've had makeup on all week, do this on a Sunday night, and then like your retinols and your daily things are like your daily maintenance, but this is like your, okay, start over. Let's see if we can get our skin to be like amazing. The last thing that I wanted to mention is in the skincare category is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So last year I bought the Big Daddy, this one, and there's a set that comes with 2 little limited edition, usually really yummy scents, flavors, what have you. And I keep those in like my makeup side drawer here, in my purse, that kind of thing. So there are kits available. In fact, there are probably kits available in some of these things, and if I can find some on the website, I will link them below. I'm just going to share with you full sizes. But this is fantastic. This is my favorite lip conditioner, moisturizer. They call it a mask, but to me it's a balm. I use it every day, every night. Actually, my kids even reach for this. They're like, "Ooh, where's that little," you know, they like to put it on. The one thing I don't love is that it's a pot. So you just have to make sure that you have clean hands before you go digging in there. This one is basically gone, but it is wonderful. Next, let's zoom through fragrance. I just wanted to highlight a few. The first one I want to highlight is new to me, and I just featured, I think I talked about this in my October favorites, and I definitely talked about it in, I think, Get Ready With Me, but it's the new YSL Libra. This, I think, will probably appeal to the most people out of all of my recommendations because it's kind of like a hybrid perfume. It is going to cover that musk, not strong, but like that musk category, but it's also a little bit sweet, and it's definitely floral. I love it. I think it's a wonderful fall-winter scent. I bought mine in this little spray because I have a lot of perfume, and at this point, if I want to buy or can even think about justifying a new perfume, I have to buy it in a small scent or a small size because I have so many. But I like that they offer that because sometimes you don't want to commit to the big one, and it's nice that they have a few. So I love that one. This is my signature scent. This is Versace's Crystal Noir. I've deemed it my signature scent because every time I wear it, I just feel like this is me. It's very simple. It's gardenia and amber. You will see a theme in all of the scents that I like. I like those spicy, sexy scents. They're my favorite. Every time I wear this, I get compliments. And here's the thing. Perfume is very specific because everyone's body chemistry is different. So what smells good on me might stink on you, and vice versa. And so you kind of really got to find what jives with you. But I'm recommending these because I think that they're great perfumes. This really lasts on me. And perfume is expensive, so why not get it on sale? There's probably going to be kits available for that as well. My Burberry Black is also another favorite of mine. This is like my favorite fall scent. In fact, when I smell this, it takes me back to the first time I smelled it, which was when we were living in Mississippi. And this was new, so that would have been 2016. I really like this. They have a men's version of this, which I think is equally divine. And then lastly, we have Giorgio Armani C. Now they have some, since they came out with this one, they have a lot more, right? This is probably going to be the heaviest, most strong, fierce of the ones. Well, they do have that red one though, that's kind of strong. And they do have an intense version, I think. I don't know why you'd want it any more intense than this. This is pretty intense, but the beautiful, beautiful bottle. But all of these, when I smell them, the words that come to mind are just like strong, fierce, sassy woman, you know? Now let's talk about all the makeup, all the pretty things. So let's start, I'm going to go in order of application. So first I'm going to start off with the primer I've been loving. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base All-in-One Primer and Moisturizer. I think I can safely say this is my favorite primer I've ever tried. And I've tried a plethora of types of primers, from pore filling to redness canceling to luminous. I just find that this kind of makes sense. Like, it adds any moisture to your face where maybe you have dry patches, and don't feel like you can't spot conceal a primer. Like, maybe you just need a little extra in the area that you notice your foundation comes off the most. Like, you don't have to slap it all over your whole face. That also saves on product because you're not putting it where you don't need it. I just really like this. The one thing I don't love about it is the scent. It gives me citronella vibes. I think they were going for like a grapefruit, citrusy, zesty thing, which is cool because that's like a very invigorating morning type scent. It doesn't linger, so don't let that deter you or anything like that. but I do really like this primer. I find it's effective. It gives me moisture and all that good stuff that you need before you go in with your foundation. Foundations, I have two. I only own two. These two I've decided are just my favorite. And you guys, I have tried darn near every foundation that Sephora sells. For sure. I've tried a lot at the drugstore, but because of that whole chemical sunscreen issue, it really knocks a lot of foundations out of the running because I just can't use them. And so within the category of either containing SPF or not containing SPF, I have two. So this is what I'm wearing today. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream SPF 50. I wear it in shade Light. I like this for so many reasons. I mean, and a lot of women like this. A lot of people enjoy using this product because it's a lot of things in one. You're getting full coverage if you want it. I have been sharing it out a little bit more by applying my foundation with that Wayne Goss brush. I've noticed it's just given me really good coverage, but not cake face. And that's the life that I'm about right now. So I love that it has a pump. It's really easy to use. Actually, I don't really care that it has pump because I'm about to contradict that by talking about the other foundation here. But it has that SPF. I wouldn't rely solely on the SPF in here. I'd get it from like an actual sunscreen. But it is kind of nice that it's an all-in-one product. It's great, and you already probably know that. The other one I want to talk about, so this is going to get full coverage if you want it. This one's going to be sheer to medium. However, I do feel pretty flawless when I wear this, though. I feel like it's so pigmented within the formulation of just even a few dots on your face. So this is the NARS Sheer Glow. It doesn't have a pump. And here's why I kind of don't care. Because when I apply my foundation, I always put it on the back of my hand and then either take my finger and dab it on or stick a brush in there and go for it, or a beauty blender. So pump doesn't matter because I'm going to end up getting it dirty on my hands anyways. I wear the shade Light 4.5 in this NARS Sheer Glow. There's a lot of shades in this. And so I just love it. It's a natural, non-makeup-y finish. My skin still looks really fresh and pretty. Like, that's the look I go for nowadays, is in person, just looking fresh and pretty. Oh crap, I forgot to talk about this in the skincare, but I actually use this both as a skincare product and as a makeup thing. So let's just talk about the DeBronzi. So how I use this is I mix it in with my moisturizer, SPF, whatever I'm wearing that day, to give my face an all-over boost of color, glow, and especially since I'm kind of fading with my tan, it just kind of helps make my face the same color as my neck when I'm not wearing makeup because my face has SPF on it every day. I try to do this every day, but you know, sometimes we're just lazy. And so typically my face is lighter. So this helps bring and marry that situation. But this also works really well as a cream bronzer. So I was kind of playing around with that this summer and I really like that. You can also mix it in with your foundation if you need to deepen the tone of it, or maybe just add some warmth to the tone of your foundation. And this will happen a lot, like as you're changing seasons, maybe you're going to get a tan, maybe you came back from vacation. Like when our skin just kind of changes colors, but we don't want to buy a foundation for every different shade we are, a product like this will help give longevity to your current foundation. You don't have to feel like you got to go spend another what. You know, foundations are expensive. Go out and spend more money on a new shade when you can just buy something like this and get the skincare benefits out of it by using it different ways. Another face product I've been recommending all year. I just really like this product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This just gives your skin that dewy, really pretty, a little bit of a glow, a little bit of pretty light to the face. Now this comes in colors. I have shade 2 Light Clair. I primarily use this as a cream highlighter. However, you can also use it as an all-over primer situation because it's going to give your face just a really gorgeous glow. It's not glittery, it's not sparkly, it's a really elegant way to add life to the face, and I really enjoy it. You could also mix that in with your foundation too. If you have a more matte finish foundation and you want just a little bit of a glow, mix that in because it's not going to change the texture or anything. It's a really beautiful formulation. As for powder, I have decluttered and gone really down to just these two that I use the most. I have a few others in there. I'm like, oh, should I throw these away? Because they're old. But I really like such a small amount of powder that I find that these products, these two here, you can add to your face. You can set with you set your face with them, and you will never see the powder on your face. Like, they're just that kind of powder. Like, I prefer a powder that I can put it on, you don't even know I put it on, but it gets rid of the shine and it kind of locks everything in place. So the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have shade 1 in this. This also comes in a variety of colors. It's just great. I also like that it's a compact, so you can bring it with you if you need. Now, there's no like applicator or anything, but you could get one of those little retractable powder brushes and, you know, load it up in the morning, put the cap on, and then throw that in your purse and you already have your touch of powder on the brush kind of thing. But I love this. Never do I look in the mirror after I apply this and do I see powder sitting in my face, falling into my pores, sinking into fine lines, because I do have like smile lines over here, and so that's one reason why I don't want to do a lot of powder anymore, because throughout the course of the day it starts to fall in those lines, and then that emphasizes the line instead of disguises it. So there's that. Also with powder, I found less is more. So Bye Bye Pores Pressed is another cheaper version, I think. Actually, don't quote me. I'm not actually sure how much this costs. I like this too because this one does basically the same thing, but it also has a puff for on the go. The only thing is these get kind of dingy and gross after you use them on the go, but both have a mirror, nice compact, but I like both of these. Now this one really helps blur out the pores. I think the consistency on this one feels a little bit more like silky. I mean, they're both silky, but this one I think really does blur the pores nicely. So as I stated, I really didn't want to rehash a lot of the things that I've already talked about, like in the spring sale and just kind of like every year. But it's on the same token, I also feel like if you time and time again use these products and like them and recommend them, then that's just a good telltale sign that they're good. And a lot of these things aren't new, and that's okay that I don't have new things or that you want to look for new things. Maybe they'll be new to you. But these are all like classic things within a brand's line. And I think that that also says a lot too if they keep the product in their line for many years. Because as you know, makeup is just spit out every other day. There's a new release. Even today, November 1st, like there's just so many new things, right? Okay, so blush. I really just wanted to mention this line of blushes because I love it. I really love their powder products just in general. So if you're looking for a bronzer, I love the Hourglass one. I have it. That's the one I use, and the Bare Minerals one. Highlighter, love their highlighters, love their blushes. This particular shade's called Mood Exposure. That's what I'm wearing today. However, my brush was dirty, so it's a little bit not true to color because I used a dirty brush that I had previously used in a peach. However, this is just a great everyday, more mauve-y, brown color. I just like it. Blends into the skin. It's not harsh. It's not overly saturated with pigmentation. I actually do not like a very pigmented blush. I want a sheer situation so I can control where the color goes, and you know what I mean? I don't like a heavily pigmented blush, and honestly I really don't like a heavy pigmented anything. And I know on YouTube like everyone's like, oh, it's so pigmented. That's great. I'm great that there's color payoff, but I want to be able to control the color payoff. I want it to be able to build upon itself, because there are times when you stick your brush in there, you're half paying attention, you jam that thing under your face, and now you have a splotch of color all day because it's impossible to blend out. Okay, rant over. Let's just mention I think I just have one eyeliner, and I wanted to mention this because this is my favorite brown eyeliner that almost at times can be black if you think black is too harsh. And I love the undertone of this eyeliner because it's a little bit of a cooler brown, which for me is my favorite because it really makes my blue eyes pop. And I just like a cool brown, you know, warm tones are everywhere. So the Charlotte Tilbury, it's called the Rock and Coal Iconic Liquid Eye Pencil, and it's called that because it's really creamy and it blends really well. Should I be swatching this stuff? I don't know, I feel like there's so many good swatches on like blogs and websites and stuff that, and even Sephora nowadays, like everything is swatched, so you really don't need me to swatch it. Plus it's going to look different on your skin tone than mine, because we're not the same, right? So I love this brown eyeliner. Did I say a color? Barbarella Brown. Really nice brown eyeliner. Let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. And if there is a product that is heavily saturated, it would be eyeshadow palettes. None of the palettes I'm going to mention are new. None of them I even bought this year. All of these I've had for a few years or longer. So let's start with the oldest. I think this might be the oldest one. It is. It's the oldest. It's not the most expensive. It is if you're talking price per gram or price per shadow. However, this palette I wear every time I want a really sexy, sultry eye look. I'm never disappointed. I feel very pretty every time I wear it. And it's the Tom Ford Quad in Nude Dip. Now I'm mentioning this because these are expensive. In fact, the price has gone up since I even bought them. All of these shades are kind of like shimmery. Not shimmer though, more like just a little bit frosty actually, some of them. Just really make your lid look wet, like a really pretty glossy eye look, and I love that. Especially when I'm going for something that's very sultry, right? So I love this, wanted to mention it. It's not your best buy, of course not. But it's one of my favorite ones that I reach for a lot. So as I'm going through my drawers thinking, okay, what palettes do I really reach for the most? Do I really like the color story? Do I really use all the shades in the palette? And so that was kind of my criteria for pulling these out, because there's a lot of palettes I have down there and I like them. I use them, but I don't love all the colors, or I just don't love everything. This Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes, this is a fantastic warm eyeshadow palette because they're all matte. And I love matte eyeshadows, and I have so many shimmery shades I can throw anything on the lid. But all these shades are great. This palette, it blends well. Ooh. It's got a slight peach shade, but this is a few years old now. It has a nice mirror on it. It's very well made. I think this is still on the website. If not, I'm sorry. It's a pretty palette. I love it. And it works. I like everything about it. I'm never disappointed with my eye look when I use this. So definitely recommend that. I would say over the last month, hardcore, I've been reaching for this palette. This is the Viseart Neutral Mattes palette. This is my favorite Viseart palette. It's the first one I ever bought. It's not anything amazing, but I tell you what, every time I create an eye look with this, and I don't tell you what I'm wearing, you always comment how pretty you like or how much you like my eyeshadow. It's because I use this. And I think it's because it has these nice, cooler tone browns, but not so cool though. I guess when I say that word, I don't want you to think, oh, well, I only like warm colors, I won't like that. No. They're just, the tone is right. And I think it's complementary to all eye colors, all skin tones. Like, I just like this. These eyeshadows still blend well for me. I have no issues with them. I know this is kind of expensive, but if you're buying something and you use the crap out of it, like, that's not even a consideration for me anymore, like necessarily the price, because it's not worth it to buy a palette for 3 shades, you know, price per whatever. That's not worth it. But if you buy a palette where you use all the shades, that's worth it, right? But anyways, I love this palette. I know it's basic and boring, but I'm kind of basic and boring when it comes to eye looks I really enjoy on myself. Okay, this palette, I love this palette. I'm actually wearing this Cyborg color on my lid today, and I forgot to mention I'm wearing this palette. If you're wondering what all the mattes are, this is what I'm wearing, and then the only sparkly shade I have on is the Cyborg. I love this ABH Sultry palette, and speaking of ABH, she's come out with a lot of palettes. None of them have caught my eye except for the Carly one. Still in the back of my mind. I haven't bought it yet, but it's in the back of my mind. But this was the last ABH palette I bought. I really like this one. You know, but I'm also a fan of these, you know, cooler tones. They just work for me. I like them on myself. The other one I like by her is the Renaissance palette. This is another really good one. It's pretty. And then the last one I wanted to mention, because if you are a fan of the Viseart formulation and you want a palette that's going to give you variety of like daytime, day-to-day colors and then some fun pops of color, I do enjoy this Viseart Grand Pro Volume 1. I don't know how much this is, but of course if you can get 20% off, you're going to be saving a lot when you're talking a palette over $100. So it looks like this. It has this plastic thing over it. Now, I haven't reached for some of the colors in here at all. Other colors, like this whole lighter side, I use a lot. I know you can't really tell, but here's the thing. I rotate my eyeshadow, so I'm not reaching for the same thing every day. If I had like 3 eyeshadow palettes, you know, then you would actually see pan on some of this stuff. But I haven't really played with some of these colors down here. There's no rhyme or reason. But I did want to give this a mention because another cool thing about this is you can take these individual pans out and pop them into a travel palette of your choosing. And that way, you know, you don't have to bring this whole thing with you, but maybe there's a couple shades you would use a lot, or maybe you're just going for a week or a weekend somewhere. You realistically could wear the same eyeshadow look every day. Nobody's going to care or notice. And that way you can just take out the specific shades you would be using. And what do you think I have, besides skincare, have the most recommendations in? It's my lip products. I love lipstick. I love lip products. I find I could do the same eye look every day and be fine. But what really for me changes up my whole look is the lip. Like you're wearing a bold lip, maybe you're wearing a nude lip. It just changes the whole look of your face. Yes, eyeshadow can do the same thing. But I like to put my focus on one or the other, whether it's my eye look. Like today I wanted the focus to be on my eyes. Plus I asked my husband, I'm like, should I do a nude lip today or a red? Because I was thinking about wearing red. And he always says nude, neutral, what have you. So let's start with lip liners. I have two. These are my most used. So I thought, well, I'll just recommend these. Do I own probably 40 lip pencils? Yes, of course I do. But these are my most used lip pencils. We have Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, which is a nice pinky nude, very close to the natural color of my lips. I have, actually, some of my favorite lip products aren't sold on Sephora. Like a lot of my lip liners that I love are from MAC. Side note, so if you're like, well, isn't there more? Yes, there's more that I love. But from Sephora, this is a nice one. If you're looking for just an everyday situation, really nice formulation on this because as the name implies, it's actually easy to overline and cheat your lip look because of the formulation. They just glide well. And then I'm wearing this one today. You guessed it, Lancome Ideal. It's just a nice, deeper, more mauve brown lip liner that creates a nice contour to the lips. So if you're looking for something to create a little bit more definition or to pair with your darker nudes to medium pinks, dusty roses, mauves, those types of colors, Ideal is going to be a good option. And so, lipstick. I have pulled some of my favorites. This is the newest one to me, and I think this was bought maybe earlier this year. But they're the Becca lipsticks. Really lovely, creamy, comfortable, moisturizing, shiny lipstick. Like very friendly to aging lips. And I say that because as we age, these little fine lines show up. And I know some of you watching totally get this. And if you, certain formulations, they just don't work anymore. I like this. I don't like a really flat, dry, dead looking lip on myself because I find it makes my lips look more shriveled up and old. And these are my all natural lips, so we want to keep them as full and juicy looking as possible. So a little overlining, maybe a little bit, a really good quality lipstick formulation, and then a little gloss will do the trick. But this is the color Petal. It's a beautiful everyday pinky rose color. Love it. Okay, another splurge would be these Tom Ford lipsticks. Now, these are currently expired because I'm wearing this one and I'm like, oh, this is so old, but I can't throw it away because I love the color. Indian Rose. This is the lipstick I'm wearing today. These are expensive. And these used to be all the rage. Like, everyone talk about Tom Ford, it's the best lipstick and all that. I don't really feel that way anymore, okay? I don't know if I ever felt that way. I think I always felt like, ooh, it's expensive, but I want to try it kind of thing. Oh, jeez, I just move funny and like, pull my back out almost. Like, I'm telling you, you get older and like you move, you like twist 3 centimeters to the left too far and all of a sudden you are on your back on a heating pad for days. Indian Rose, it's a beautiful color and I'm recommending it too because I like the color. I don't think the formulation it's fine. It's fine, but I like the color. This is my favorite red lipstick. So I have to recommend this because we are heading into holiday parties and all kinds of get-togethers and celebrations and all that kind of thing. And this is my favorite red. 9 times out of 10 when you see me wearing a red lip, it is Cherry Lush by Tom Ford. It's a nice strawberry juicy red. It's not too warm, it's not too orange, it's not too cool where it's a really, really, really blue-based red. It's just a really nice chameleon red. My favorite lipstick color of all time, like I think this would be the color I would paint on my lips. If I had to commit to one color the rest of my life, it would be Je T'aime by Marc Jacobs. Because it's not red. Well, it's a little red. It's a little pink. It's a little bit perfect. And I just really like this color on myself. It just, like, it's bold, but, like, not overly bold. It's not as bold as a red, but it still makes a statement. It's just, it's a really pretty color. I love it. And then I also really like the Charlotte Tilbury formulation. She has her Kissing lipsticks, which are a little bit more like satiny finish, creamy. She has her Matte Revolution, which is matte, but not dead. It's a comfortable matte. And I don't know, I think she has hot lips, and I don't know. She has a couple formulations, but this is my favorite color that she makes. And it's especially appropriate for this time of year. It's called Love Liberty. It's a beautiful berry. And when I think winter, fall, like everyday colors, I think of a really pretty berry. So Love Liberty is great. Okay, we are down to the final 4 items. So the first I'm going to talk about are these YSL Glossy Stains. Also used to be a staple here on YouTube. This is my favorite color. It's old. In fact, I don't even know if there's, oh, there is product still in here. Thought it'd be dried up by now. But this is a long-wearing glossy stain. This particular color is a gorgeous pinky berry color, another fantastic winter shade. You can get these in all kinds of colors, and I think they have different, or they used to anyways, like some are more sheer than others. This one's pretty opaque, and that's why I like it, because it really takes the place of a gloss and a lipstick all in one, and it stains, so it's long lasting. Okay, this is kind of a chameleon lip product too. This is the Lancome Les Absolu Lacquers. Now, let me just say, this is fragranced. I don't like it, okay? It's fine. It doesn't bother me, but I'm just letting you know. I don't think it lingers. I don't like, you know how like a L'Oreal lipstick, you can taste it. It just tastes bad. A little bit, okay? But the color's pretty. This is number 306. It's a beautiful mauve. These are buildable. They're glossy. They're going to give you color. They do a little bit of staining. I don't think as well as this. But these have there's some beautiful colors in this range. So check those out. And then I really just reached for 2 glosses. Honestly, a lot of my gloss situation is either not from Sephora or old, not available anymore, or all of the above. And so I reached for time and true my favorite lip gloss formulation, which is the Buxom. This time of year, they always put out cute little sets, which is a great way to try a variety of colors, because they have different finishes. They have like a sparkly one, they have a more creamy situation. This is one of those small sizes, right? This is their full size. This color, it's called Hot Toddy, because I love this color, but I also love the formulation. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. So I wanted to recommend that. And then, yeah, like seriously, all of my glosses are either not available anymore, old, discontinued, like seriously. So this one is still available. Do I have this on today? Yeah, I am wearing this one. So I'm wearing this over the Tom Ford Indian Rose lipstick. This is the Bare Minerals, what are these called? Buttercream lip glosses. This is the shade Sugar. Another really good, if you're into like a mauve-y, nude, I mean, I think mauve is nude, right? It's like an everyday, more real lip color, not like bold or anything. This formulation's really nice. They have a lot of pretty colors in this. And you know, like Bare Minerals is known, like when I think Bare Minerals, one of the first words that comes to mind, besides natural, which is kind of like the obvious, is gentle. I think like the whole brand, the whole concept is just more gentle, everyday, natural, like quiet makeup, subtle makeup, pretty, just emphasizing the woman and not like an emphasis on like loud colors. And so their lipsticks are all very gentle, everyday, approachable, work-friendly environment colors, especially if you work somewhere where they don't want you to wear loud makeup. I think of like maybe a nurse or something, but you want to put a little something on those lips, because I know inside, especially with heat blowing in like hospitals and stuff like that, like man, your lips get dry. At least as a patient, my lips get dry, so I can only imagine working there they do as well. Did we keep this video? I won't know until I edit. I'm hoping it's under 30 minutes, but I have no idea. My goal is always to make concise, informative videos, but also completely include my ramblings and myself in them as well, and not just edit it down to where it's like, this could be anybody. It doesn't even feel like me, because you can edit yourself down to where it doesn't even feel like you anymore. You're just watching information, information, information. And so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy shopping. If you have any recommendations, or leave your wish list in the comments, leave your recommendations in the comments. If you watched this entire video, congratulations. And if you are not yet subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you here. Give this video a like, share it, it helps my channel, and I truly appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I do have a playlist also, sorry, I do have a playlist of lots of other recommendations if this isn't enough for you. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Bye guys.